how can you increase the engagement, right? So, and how can you create smooth transitions in your lessons, right? One is use a lot of hooks, use a lot of questions, right? Less amount of telling, more amount of questions and leading them on and giving them a story to tell, even in science, even in maths, right? And use a lot of storytelling. So I think in junior classes, especially when you teach these kind of analytical subjects also, आपको एक स्टोरी टेलिंग का पैटर्न आता है कि फ्रैक्शन सिखाना है तो बोलेंगे कि एक केक था, यू कट देम इनटू सो मेनी पीसेस, इस दोस्त को इतना मिला, व्हाट डज दैट मीन, राइट? हाउ मच ऑफ अ फ्रैक्शन इज दैट? सो यूज अ लॉट ऑफ दिस स्टोरी टेलिंग इवन विद सीनियर चिल्ड्रन, है ना? दे ऑल्सो need it, right? They also need some hooks to get them engaging in the class, especially I think at that age. जो junior बच्चे होते हैं फिर भी बहुत they will maintain their focus on you. But even in seniors, use this. Maybe take a small amount of time, maybe not a large amount considering you have a lot of syllabus to cover, but use some small hooks. Then plan a lot of transitions, pre-plan, right? Maybe if you can use a presentation on board, or you can use videos on board, you can use audio cues, right? So if you're making them do some class work, right, or you want them to complete certain amount of questions, timer chal raha hai, and after that the bell rings, right? Ding 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 ding. So they know that okay, the time is about to get up, or it's like a countdown clock. Use these kind of cues to keep it exciting, engaging, right? And if possible, try to give children some movement breaks. So if they've been writing for a long time, then I make them go ahead and brush their hands, right? Or, I start stretching with them, right? Give them some movement breaks, right? So that there is break in that monotony. Now, what is that example I was talking about, right? In engaging classrooms. This is, for example, a lesson. English teachers, possibly this could help with you. You're teaching descriptive writing. Instead of giving them just the rules, that student descriptive writing means you have to write this, and this is what you have to describe. No. Here is the small video. You've given them a vivid video, right? Given them 30 seconds of this video, shut it off, right? Now you go ahead and tell them, I want you to describe the senses in this. What do you think that you can hear here, smell here, feel here, right? And tell the students to describe the scenery, not just the emotion, it was a scary scene. No, right? For English teachers, you can use this example, right? Don't just tell them to give simple words. Tell them, okay, I don't want to see the word scary in this situation, or I don't want to use the word dark. What are the other adjectives we can use, right? Increase this engagement and give it structure once you've got their basic vocabulary in, right? They've given you what is it that they can use. Maybe write it down on the board and go ahead and then structure it out for them. This is what descriptive writing looks like. Just simple rules, right? So these immediately go ahead and engage the child. Another example, of course, all of us have seen fractions. You can, give them the pizza example. But what you can also do is you can go ahead and hand over, in the class, tell them all that you've given them small pieces and tell them in the group, okay, all of you, you have to create a whole, right? Or different pizza pieces around, and then you have to tell them that okay, go find the pizza piece that you belong to, or who are others in your pizza piece, right? Give them maybe possibly 5 minutes, 2 minutes, and they will create that group, and they will get back to you and say, okay, we are a fraction of a whole, right? So just small examples and visual hooks and some audio hooks that you can use with them, right? Now, children and as psychologists, we highly promote that instead of punishing children, we want children to have positive reinforcement, positive disciplining ways, right? And that you can do, teachers, by setting the tone initially itself. All the behavior that you encourage in them, right? Go ahead and focus on that, and absolutely try and ignore the behavior that you don't want to see in class, right? If you don't want to see disruptive, don't pay attention to it, but pay attention on the child who is following the rules, right? Give them your attention. Immediately the others will follow suit, right? Or if, and use a lot of praise, say, talk to students a lot about the positive words that you can use with them, right? And if possible, avoid publicly shaming, correcting, pointing out. Just I think a few days back, I had a session with a child, and she came up to me and she said, she's right now back in college, but she told me that she remembers things that her music teacher told her when she was in third class, and the teacher at that time had told her that